Howdy. Thanks for joining us as we look at God's Word. John chapter 13, verse 27 through 30. He gives the morsel, and now John goes, I don't know what he's going to do, but it's Judas. And somehow he indicates to Peter, it's Judas. So anyway, after the morsel, remember, it's this guy. Satan entered into him. Therefore, Jesus said to him, what you do quickly. Do you understand from what we're talking about? The devil himself. The devil can only be one place at a time. He's just a fallen angel. He's not all over the place. And so a lot of people that say, I'm dealing with the devil, probably not. Because he can be only one place at one time, and why would he single you out? But one of his cronies, there are demons assigned to us, so probably one of his representatives, one of his fallen angels. But Satan himself entered into Judas, and what did Jesus do? He commanded him. He's in charge. He said, what you do quickly. He told the devil himself, this is what you're going to do. Okay. Don't forget the book of Job. Whenever Job got afflicted, it was only because God gave Satan permission. Okay. Now, no one of those reclining at the table knew for what purpose he has said to him, go do quickly. Some were supposing because Judas had the money box that Jesus was saying to him, buy the things we have need for the feast, or else that he should give something to the poor. So after receiving the morsel, he went out immediately, and it was night. Time out. Why did John have to say it was night? I mean, how important was that? It was night. I think he was saying this kind of represents the life of Judas. Jesus said in John chapter 8, verse 12, I'm the light of the world, and he who believes in me will not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. Judas never believed that Jesus was the Christ, the Son of the living God. Never placed his faith in Jesus. He was still in darkness, and what he was about to do was a result of walking in that darkness. He had never turned to the light. Now, you and I are responsible for the amount of light that we've received. Jesus put it this way, and I think it's in Luke chapter 16, talking about responsibility for whatever we've seen about God. And he pretty well told the scribes and Pharisees, you're going to answer for a lot of light. And there are going to be other people that have not had nearly as much light as you have had, and they will answer for that. And then he said, to whom much has been given, much will be required. So suppose you're a first century Pharisee, and you've looked at the Old Testament scriptures about the Messiah over and over and over, and you know the prophecies about the Messiah, and you see that Jesus is the fulfillment of those prophecies. And then you've been following him around for years, trying to find something wrong with him. And you've seen miracle after miracle and sign after sign. You've had a lot of light. Now, suppose, on the other hand, you're a Gentile living on the backside of nowhere in a little village. And the only light that you have is you look out and you see changing of the seasons, and you see that you eat bread and cheese and it turns into persons somehow, and you see the stars at night and you see evidence of the creation. The only light that you have is, some dumb idol made out of tin or made out of wood couldn't have done all of this thing. There has to be a higher power. And that higher power, whoever he is, I want to respond to him. You're responding to that amount of light that you had. And suppose you don't. Jesus said, you're going to get stripes. You're going to get punishment for your unbelief. He says, but if you're one of those people that has seen what the Pharisees saw, this much light, and you don't respond to this much light, you're going to get the punishment of somebody who rejects this much light.